To our dear officials from the Department of Education, Division of Cagayan de Oro, led by Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Roy Angelo Gazo, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Odi Boris, Public Schools District Supervisor Dr. Marifay Ramos, Doc, other deputy officials, school principal Sir Edgardo Yanez, Sir, assistants to the principal Ma'am Annie Danuco, Sir Ryan Boyd Pahapay and Ma'am Doneta Bahian, faculty and staff, PTA President Sir Ray Bernaldez, parents and dear graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning, everyone. For the past few years, I've been privileged to speak in front of young students like you. Most of the time, I begin by looking back and describing that exact point in time as a full circle moment. It's like a broken record, a sirang plaka. One might even say, for me to use that phrase often. But allow me to say it again, because this exact moment for me truly is a full circle moment. Roughly 14 years ago, on April 4, 2011, I stood behind this very podium, on this very stage, to deliver the welcome remarks as the batch salutatorian of Class 2011. I was young as you are now, with big dreams and hopes to fulfill. In my mind, I wanted to change the world. In my heart, I believe I could. But that's not entirely how it is. Life has its own way of challenging your worldviews. My life, for instance, can be summed up like a film series. Sometimes at the climax, sometimes at the edge, and sometimes longing for what's next. But most of the time, during the most mundane moments, I find myself stuck in the most anticlimactic situations. Because life, as you all will come to realize, is very unpredictable. One day you're up with all the celebrations and victories. The next day you're down, facing hardships and challenges. But I was fortunate enough to be mentored by passionate teachers, instructors, and professors who, through the years, showed me that life is not a race and that I should take it step by step. This is why I'd like to give special mention to my elementary advisors who guided me through the final stretch of my formative years. Ma'am Daisy Cabañas, Ma'am Georgina Ann Artajo, Ma'am Florita Obalde, Ma'am Rosemary Tamsi is here, hello ma'am, Ma'am Patricinia Menciano, and Ma'am Rosemary Therese, and Ma'am Omari Therese Pagas. Some of them have already retired, others have continued their relentless service. You taught me to be curious, diligent, and creative. Thank you. And to the many other equally passionate and dedicated faculty members whose names are too numerous to mention, thank you for your unwavering service. Let's give them a big round of applause. Looking back at my elementary years, my vivid memories would point me to the time I spent with my classmates. We were playful, but mindful of our grades at the same time. I was fortunate to have belonged to an environment that both valued both childhood development and academic excellence. But my core memories revolve around my extracurricular activities. I remember that in grade 4, I began to explore my creativity by joining poster-making competitions. With guidance from Ma'am Tamsi, I learned to combine colors effectively and bring my drawings to life with meaningful messages. In grade 5, I began competing in school's press conferences. I was sent to represent the school in sports writing and radio broadcasting. Under the guidance of my coaches, Sir Chito Espinosa, my Mary Junette Liesis, and with the support of our school paper advisor back then, Ma'am Jennifer Cañete. In grade 6, I began applying my critical skills by competing quiz bees, focused on geography, history, and civics, or HECAC, as we called it back then. Ma'am Bagas used to encourage me to pursue my interest in this field. I even joined the drum and lyre band as a snare drummer, became a Boy Scout under the supervision of Sir Arnold Ormichigos, played the banduria in the school's Rondalia Ensemble under the direction of Ma'am Ordina Toledo, is here, and became part of the Bangga sa Daigon choir under Ma'am Ernie Jackets. That enthusiasm carried over into my high school and college years, where I dedicated much of my time to student government service. These extracurricular activities not only helped me balance academics, but also pushed me to go beyond the four corners of the classroom. They challenged me to be more creative, to think critically, and to become the best version of myself. One that pushes boundaries and embraces challenges. None of these things would have materialized if it weren't for the unwavering support of my parents, Yuli and Ita, in their pursuit of helping me and my brother Josh, who is also an alumnus of the school, to finish our studies. My mother is actually right here. Through their hard work in raising our family, I learned the value of perseverance in their daily sacrifices to make ends meet. I found the motivation to study well and maintain good grades. In the goodness of their hearts, I saw the importance of doing my due diligence in everything that I do for others. This is why at this moment, I invite everyone to give a big round of applause and heartfelt appreciation to all your parents, guardians, and everyone who supported your journey. Our parents, please stand up. Tayo po tayo lahat, mga parents. Our parents, guardians, tindog na tindog. Mga graduates, pakpakan na ito ang mga parents. Sa atong mga ginikanan, we see you. The road ahead is still long, but today's achievement of your children reflects their values, sacrifices, and unconditional love. After graduating from West, I pursued my education in public institutions, from Gusar Regional Science High School to the University of the Philippines. With each step forward, the challenges grew heavier and the path became steeper. There were countless moments I wanted to give up, but with the guts and grit forged in me as a public school student, I chose to press on, to endure, and to rise above every hardship. Gikan sa elementarya hangtod sa kolehiyo, produkto ko sa pampublikong mga tunghaan, and I carry that identity with honor and pride. This is why I wanted to give back to the Filipino people, using the skills I've acquired and the degree program I completed. I decided to pursue my passion in the field of communications. By being in the front lines of keeping people informed, I entered the media industry with passion and a drive to serve, eager to tell the story of the Filipino. However, I entered the industry at a time of great uncertainty. With the peak of the coronavirus pandemic, political polarization, increasing news avoidance, disinformation, and the rise of artificial intelligence, it became a surreal period of identity crisis for media practitioners like me. It felt as though I had willingly entered a never-ending void. But I decided to enter anyway. I believe that in these years of uncertainty, the country needed individuals shaped by hard experiences more than ever, with a passion to adopt the shifting tides and the courage to confront the challenges of the times. My current work at Inquirer primarily involves the intersection of data and design. I produce content that spans crafting infographics and web assets to writing newsletters and explainers, covering issues that directly affect the everyday Filipino. Like any other job, this one can be exhausting and draining, especially since hindi natutulog ang balita. Sometimes we have to sacrifice other things, including personal time, in order to better serve our readers. But it is also deeply fulfilling. Although it often feels like a thankless job, I find solitude in this work, knowing that everything we do is for the nation and for the people. But this morning isn't about me. It's about you. Your presence here is proof of the hard work you put in to reach this milestone. You studied diligently to earn the seats you now occupy. I believe each of you went through a long and demanding journey to arrive at this moment. So take a moment to recognize that achievement. Pakpakan ninyo ang inyong mga kaugalingon. This year's theme, ang narasyon ng pagkakaisa, gagapay sa bagong Pilipinas, calls for a generation that embodies unity in building a new Philippines. Perhaps you've often encountered the concept of unity during your time in school, but the real challenge lies in how we engage as true partners in this so-called pagkakaisa. Unity may be a familiar word to you, but for some, it remains an abstract concept, no? One that speaks holding one another, of holding on together. Hence, I want to share a few lessons I wish I had learned earlier. Lessons I had wished I had known when I was your age, when I was 13, when I was 14. And it starts with something familiar. Just have fun. Yes, F-U-N. Literally and figuratively. Because there are three things to remember. F, to find your North Star. U, uphold your principles. And N, navigate your fears. The first lesson is to find your North Star. Pangitaa ang inyong tumong. You might have learned about Polaris, no? Or the North Star in your science classes. Perhaps you're familiar with that star since most of your sections are named after bodies in the cosmos. No? Located in the true north, this star has guided travelers and navigators throughout history, helping them find their way. Similarly, in life, we all need a North Star, a sense of direction. Knowing where you want to go is essential if you have a clear destination in mind. So as early as now, find your North Star, find your purpose, set your goals, write your plans, and begin to manifest your dreams. Second is you, to always uphold your principles. Ipatigbabaw ang inyong prinsipyo. Finding your North Star often requires standing firm on the cornerstone of your fundamental beliefs. When everything else falls apart, your principles will be your anchor. Ask yourself, what do I truly believe in? No? Will this honor God? Will this honor our parents? Will it harm or help my community? Your principles should be rooted in morally upright values like honesty, integrity, and respect. So that when you face difficult situations, alam nyo kung saan kayo tatayo at kung bakit. The third and final lesson is to navigate your fears. Puntugi ang inyong kahadlok. You can't reach your North Star or uphold your principles without overcoming your fears that stand in your way. It's crucial as early as now embrace your fears and learn to conquer them. Whether it's public speaking, resolving conflict, or simply believing in yourself, the key is to master the courage to face it head on. As Frank Herbert, one of my favorite authors, once wrote, "Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration." You must face your fear. You must permit it to pass over you and through you. And when the fear has gone, there will be nothing and only you will remain. So as you turn the page to a new chapter, don't forget to enjoy every moment. Don't forget to have fun. Can you guys repeat after me? I will find my North Star. I will uphold my principles. And I will navigate my fears. Some of those you've mentioned may feel overwhelming to remember, but your journey starting from this very moment will determine your future. Whether it's choosing the right school for your secondary education, the right strand in senior high school, or even the right degree program or school or university later on. These decisions shape a part of the bigger picture of your future. I hope the lessons you've learned from grades 1 to 6 will continue to guide you in the years ahead. Embrace your high school life, join extracurricular activities, discover your passion, whether it's in the arts, sciences, or leadership. My ultimate challenge for you is to choose and carve your own path. Ang pinakadakong hagit na ko kaninyo, mao ang pagpili o paghimo sa inyong kaugalingong kapadulnganan. Because everything you've done in the past has led you to this exact very moment. And everything you do from here on will determine where you will be in the years to come. Above all else, put God at the center. Whether you are a believer or not, God's presence is always omnipresent. You may not feel it right now, but in time, in your own journey, you will. I know you're entering your early teenage years. This stage is a time to loosen up and enjoy. Relish every moment, as it will be one of the most colorful parts of your life. You will meet new friends, encounter new mentors, visit unfamiliar places, find yourself in new situations, and face the most challenging times ahead. But if you find your North Star, if you uphold your principles, and if you navigate your fears, you will not just go beyond the stars, but beyond the universe. Daghang salamat ug maayong buntag.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest speaker, Mr. John Samuel J. Yap.